Hey. Hello, hello. Welcome. This is Mambo Tales. We are here in the booth with one of our great resident DJs, Andy Warburton. Thank you so much for doing this, man.
That's no problem, man. My pleasure.
Awesome. So, how long have you been doing this here at Mambo, Andy?
So, 1998 was my first year. Then I did like 5 summers off and on, and then 20-year break, and then came back 2020, COVID year.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been doing daytime this season so far. Could you speak to us a little bit about your process, how you set up the deck? What is your mindset going into a daytime set?
Right, okay. So, because it's 6 hours, so a long set, you can't just play house music for 6 hours. But you can't also play just chill or like funk and 80s. So I try and mix it up and really just feeling the energy of the crowd. Like as the day goes on, like I'll chill it out before Jason or whatever comes on for sunset. But mainly just have a good time. Fun music, happy music. And I like to play a lot of the music that I played back in the day, the original stuff. And I'm not exactly the youngest person around, so I do love some of that 80s and all the funk and everything as well. So yeah, I try and just play a real mix, right?
What would you say is like your favorite genre of music? Is the 80s music that you're talking about now?
No. I love house music, really. Deep house. But during the daytime, I do try to mix it up because otherwise it's too samey and you can't mix for 6 hours solid anyway. And then I just look at the crowd. Like we've got a lot of people in here today, so you know I'm trying to give them a good time, some fun vibes while they're on their holidays, you know?
Man, watch this, guys. There we go. He's mixing right now.
That'll do for now.
Man, so you're a master of this. You've been doing this for so long. I'm sitting here watching you do this, and I'm just like, I don't know what the heck you just did. How did you learn how to do this, man?
My word. So when I was like 16 years old, I used to mess around with the decks, and I've got a twin brother, by the way. So me, my brother, and a few friends, we'd do it, and I noticed I was better than those guys back in the day, but this was like obviously years ago. And then I just practiced and especially when I first came here, my first summer, we had cassettes then, and I'd record a cassette, listen back to my mix or the daytime session and be like, okay, how can I improve it? And you just keep going. But then playing in here, you're DJing alongside some of the best DJs on earth, and I'm like, oh, so that's how you do it. And this is really where I learned. Yeah.
And like, obviously this isn't the setup when you first started. Like the technology is constantly advancing. Can you speak a little bit about that? Which one you prefer? Do you prefer the current setup or like the old school setup? Or
no, I prefer the new school setup. Yeah, much better because you can loop and you can like have 2-3 things going at once. Whereas back in the day it was really hard. And with the vinyl as well, I think it's better now. Better sound, better vibe, and you can get more into it and you can just get more creative, right? Whereas just playing records, it's like when it runs out, that's it. You gotta get another one out. And you got more selection. Back then, I'd have like all here would be just records. So we'd have about 5 or 6 boxes for the summer, and that's it. Yeah. Now I've got thousands of tracks. You know, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to play next. I just feel a vibe but I've got so much to choose from, whereas it was quite limited back then. I also think, though, that made some of the tracks of the summer, you know, those big Ibiza hits, because everybody really kind of had the same stuff. So you'd hear it a lot, you know, like Stardust or Needing You, Morales, some big ones from back like in 2000. Like, you just hear it in every bar because everybody's like got less to choose from, right? Whereas now it's like you can get creative and it's almost endless because there's thousands out there. So, yeah, different vibe now, but I do prefer sometimes in some ways the rawness of the old school, but I love it now with all the new setup. It's crazy.
I guess the last question for now, Andy. For me, you were speaking a lot about the vinyl that you used to have, just so many. Do you have a particular favorite track, like, or maybe particular favorite vinyl that you own, that you would use to mix, or anything like that you can think of?
Yeah, there was one track, it's Don Carlos alone, and like me, Pete Goodin, or Jason, Steve Lawler, all the guys here, Danny Whitehead, everyone that played here back in the day would have that track, and it would just, for me, it was one of the most perfect tracks for Mambo. Or actually, Javi was here earlier, and I played Frankie Knuckles, the whistle song, and he's like, oh man, it's just, and he was also my favorite DJ here, and he just got it. Yeah, he got it. So that kind of softer house, bearing in mind we are a bar, not a club, but as you see with the energy sometimes with the DJs that play here, like Peak Time, some of the guests, they smash it out. So, bit of everything, but Don Carlos alone's the number one, yeah.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here, man. You guys got to see Andy Warburton at work. That's incredible, how he sets it up. This is Mambo Tales, man. This is Andy Warburton. Do you have anything to say to close out, man?
Yeah, get yourself over here, mate. It's buzzing.
Awesome. We're out.